Essential Kids have raised the topic recently of what age would you leave your kids at home alone? Now, my kids, I would never leave at home alone. They're too young at the moment, and I know it's the same for... Well, 8, 6 and 4. Gee, I had to think about that for a second. No, that's a worry. But I wouldn't leave them home alone. At 8, 6, definitely not 4, although the 4-year-old could probably actually handle it well. But the debate still rages, you know, is it 12? Because Queensland have the cut-off of sort of the 12 mark, but the rest of Australia don't have a legal age, but you can be held legally accountable for leaving kids in a dangerous situation. But what are you aiming for, Fiona?
I think when I know that they are able to stay home by themselves and make a phone call if something was wrong. Right now, they're way too young. They're like under 3. No, that's not going to happen. But I'll tell you what, growing up, my parents used to leave me at home. I was 4 years old.
Really?
Yeah, they did.
For how long?
It's probably what,
yeah, for how long?
You know what? Maybe a couple of hours before the boys would come home from school. My older brothers would come home from school, so 3 o'clock. So always in the daytime.
Did they have to go to work?
Yes, they would go to work. Like, Mum would do like part-time jobs just to squeeze me in. That's when there was no one there to look after me. People might call it child abuse, but I just think it was normal back then.
Yeah.
But it's probably why the night before we'd watch Australia's Most Wanted. Growing up now, I don't like staying home by myself, and I actually call family members and be like, come over, stay over the night. And it's probably from being traumatised as a young kid, like watching, you know, when's my brother's coming home sort of thing. But hey, as families, we did what we had to do.
Yeah, that's the thing. Families sort of do what they have to do, and there's that whole lot, like latchkey sort of generation of kids who come home after school, mum and dad are at work, they've got to get a key in the house and they're on their own for an hour or two.
But I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it.
But you're 4.
Yeah.
I was latchkey.
Okay.
From when I was about 13.
Yep.
But so that's a bit older then.
Yep.
Yeah. And I didn't really like it, to be honest. I knew why my parents had to do it, but it's really sad to come home to an empty house.
Yeah. Yeah. How long were you home for before they got home?
I came home in the afternoon, probably 4 hours or so.
4 hours.
Wow.
That's
But you
decent
also had a
time.
younger brother as well, or was he not born yet?
Not born yet. Well, he was with my grandmother. So it's a complicated family.
But you wouldn't do the same with your children. I don't. Yeah. Oh, okay.
I think it depends. I wouldn't leave him alone now at 1.5.
Of course not.
But, you know, I think you really just have to see the maturity level of the kid.
Yeah. I was obviously really mature. Thanks, Mum and Dad.
I think it's kind of what you're saying, though. It's like they're capable, but it's still lonely, you know? So they're able to do it. They know all the numbers to call and stuff, but it's still that you come home from school and you're by yourself. But I understand parents that have to do it, you know? It's a really hard question. It's a really hard thing to think about. If you have to do it, then, you know, what can you do? You know, you just prepare your child as much as possible for it.
That's the thing. You've got to ask yourself a few questions. Does my child know all that important information on what to do if something goes wrong? All those numbers. If they've got siblings at home, could they look after them effectively? Oh, look, it's always up for debate. It depends on how old your child is and the maturity level, because sometimes you let your younger kids go earlier. Who knows? Yeah. My parents never let me. Time to finish the show today. Sorry, that's all we've got time for. If you'd like to know more or say your piece, jump onto Facebook and have your say there. We will see you next week. Bye.